But what's up, man? This is Biggrich, man. You feel me? And I like to welcome y'all to the Next Up documentary. You feel me? Throughout this documentary, I'm going to explain to y'all how I got to the position I was in, the struggles, everything that I faced to get to the competition, everything I had to go up against, the actual competition. You'll see videos, you'll see clips. You're going to enjoy yourself. So let's just bring it in properly. What's up with it, baby? Out here, working out, running. I made it to the light. But today, we're going past the light, you feel me? I wanted to record it because I've made it down and back without stopping, so now I'm stepping it up. So I'm running past the light. I'm going to about another half mile down. You feel me? Still got to run all the way back. I mean, let's talk about how I even got the opportunity to do Next Up. They actually had Daniel and Cash, they actually they had a posting saying that they was having a competition and they was looking for artists. But in order to get on, you actually had to submit a song and you had to submit a YouTube video or a video of some sort. So what I did is I gave them my website, submitted a song, and they followed me for like a month. I want to say all of February they followed me, and then they let me know right at the beginning of March, like, you was accepted to be a part of the Next Up. And then they gave us a list of rules, list of everything, things we can win. We found out who our opponents was, and I felt like that's perfect. This would be my very first show of the year. With this being my very first show of the year, I'm like, what's perfect than Next Up? Well, what's perfect than to introduce Biggrich, you feel me? I redefined my image. I changed myself. I worked hard. I got smarter. I educated myself. So now, I'm like, man, let's get it. So I actually bought in everything that my opponents didn't have. I bought dancers to the table. I bought a creative, super dope show mix. I actually got a new single called That Fat Fly Dude that nobody ever heard. I was bringing something new that nobody ever heard. And I'm like, let's put the icing on the cake. Let's bring some live instruments to it. So I actually did my research, and I was looking for a dope guitarist, someone that got the energy, that can put on the same show I put on, that can deliver the way I deliver, someone that I can, that'll be dope. So I actually, I ran into a problem with that. Oh man, when I say so many people was submitting, so many people was rocking with me, but they couldn't give me what I needed. And then actually when I met Daniel at, I think I was at Knockouts, right outside in front of Knockouts, and he actually hooked me up with Brian White. Brian White, aka Showtime. Now this dude is dope on the guitar. He's full of energy. He's really he's a character when he's out there on that stage, and he's know what he's doing. He's a beast at the guitar. I just gotta say it. My dances, what we did to prepare was we actually rehearsals 2 days. Like for me it was 2 days because I had to rehearse with Brian.
See, show y'all something about Mr. Brian White, you feel me? Y'all ain't even know Biggrich had friends, did you? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Then after the instrument, I had to go rehearse with the dancers. So we was dancing, I'm learning these moves, and I was doing it completely wrong. And I completely messed up my knee. Like, I was like out of it. I was like a couple days where I was just, but I still worked out. I still, stretched. I did what I had to do to get my knee back together. So when the actual event came to the actual event, walking through the doors, like before they wanted all the artists there for sound check at 8 o'clock. I got there at 8 o'clock on the dot. It was like at least 150, 200 people already in the building already. So we got through. I couldn't even do my sound check properly because they didn't want me to actually perform my music while with so many people in there. So I actually ended up going second to last throughout the competition. I'm watching all my competition. I'm seeing what they doing. I'm seeing what they bring. And it was some interesting people. Like everyone, I commend everyone for doing the good job they did, because it takes guts for someone to get in front of that many people and actually still put on a show like no matter what you did, you had the guts. So I mean, everyone that did it, it was some talent in the building. There was the guy that won second up or whatnot. The guy that came in second place or whatnot. He actually put on a good show. He displayed a bunch of energy. He had a little skit from I think the movie was Juice. It was cool. It was quite funny. Dude, I thought his head was gonna come off. He was like turned up. He was dancing. He was doing his thing, and I respect him. His name was Ryan. I think he did a really good job, and I respect him for doing the job he did. I won an opportunity to work with a producer. I won studio time at the studio. I won studio time. We actually got to set that up for the studio time. I won an opportunity to do a song with Keywan. Now I know exactly what I need to fix so I can give him what he needs so he can help me get to the next level. Same thing with working with Keywan. Working with him is an opportunity to create music, something different, something, like I said, I've never done a song with him before, and I think it's dope. He's a St. Louis native. Like I said, U-City native. He's dope. He's a part of a group that made a big difference in St. Louis, so me being able to have that opportunity to work within that circle and make this happen and keep it all St. Louis like, it's dope. From the So St. Louis song for a mixtape, us just jamming, talking about our city, to the Eminems, man. Introducing him to the Fat Boy lifestyle, you feel me? With something that he love to do, you feel me? They love it. They love being a part of this Big Rich movement. I have put a lot of time into it. I put a lot of work into it, a lot of thought into it to put myself in this amazing position. And I call this an amazing position because I'm actually at a point where I have seen growth. I can look back like, dang, man, I seen your mistakes. I look back at my mistakes, and now that I'm rocking forward and moving forward, I'm just progressively going. I'm progressively moving, and I'm in a good position because now I'm at the point to where I'm meeting investors. I'm meeting accountants. I actually got investors on the table that's investing big money into the Big Rich movement, and I'm also something that's pretty cool that I'ma definitely say right now. Last year I went to Chicago and I participated in a competition in Chicago called One Shot. If you want to look it up, it's called One Shot TV. It's a competition where we're competing for $100,000 and a record deal. And we filmed it last year. Because I'm under contract, I can't say what happened at this show or anything like that. When it airs, it should be airing probably sometime towards the end of this year. I can't even announce what station is going to be on, none of that. Once everything comes out and you see it, just make sure you see that Big Rich actually stepped up for St. Louis. Like not many people came out. Some people did come out from Illinois, maybe 2 people from St. Louis, but I definitely showed up for St. Louis and did my thing for St. Louis. And like I said, be looking out for that. That's something big that's coming up. I think it's going to be great for our city. Make sure when it come out, y'all follow it. I promise you, it was like all that running I did, all that hard work I did, all of it was like, it was worth it. It was beyond worth it because watching them and people scream for Big Rich, watching all of them people rocking BYB, people up on the stage rolling with me, people in the crowd rolling with me, and then with the producer that I was working with from the Ukraine, when I got to that part where we was hitting that hard Fat Boy roll at that high tempo, the crowd went crazy. And it's like, this is something great to follow. This is something that you want to be a part of, this movement. The more you support it, the more you get behind it, the further I go. I'm nothing without my fan base. I'm nothing without my supporters. My supporters is Big Rich. You feel me? Big Rich is an artist. Big Rich is a person that put on a show for you. But it's all about my supporters. So I want to say a big thank you to my supporters. Big thank you to my fans. Big thank you to everybody that's a part of this Big Rich movement. Because without y'all, I wouldn't be me. Yeah. I'm officially next up. It's official. Big Rich out, man.